The hospital room was too bright, the air thick with the scent of antiseptic and the low hum of distant voices. Jamie lay in the narrow bed, his head bandaged, his body aching in places he couldn't name. The accident had happened 3 days ago, but the details slipped away whenever he tried to grasp them, like water through his fingers. He remembered the bus ride, the laughter of his classmates, the rain streaking the windows as they wound through the forested back roads on the way home from the school trip. Then, nothing but a blur of screeching tires, shattered glass, and a darkness that seemed to swallow everything. When he woke, the doctors told him he was lucky to be alive. The police came next, their faces grave, their questions gentle but insistent. "You're the only one who made it, Jamie. The only witness. We need you to remember." But every time Jamie closed his eyes, he saw only fragments, a flash of headlights, the terrified scream of his best friend, the bus lurching sideways. The rest was a blank, a void that pulsed with guilt and confusion. His parents hovered at his bedside, their voices hushed, their eyes red-rimmed. At night, when the hospital was quiet, Jamie would stare at the ceiling, willing the memories to return. That's when the visions began. At first, they were just flickers at the edge of his sight, a shadow moving in the corner of the room, a cold breath on the back of his neck. But soon, they grew stronger. He saw the accident again, but this time, there was something else, a figure standing in the road, tall and indistinct, its face hidden in shadow. The bus swerved, the driver shouting, and the figure raised a hand, as if in warning or command. Jamie jolted awake, heart pounding, sweat slick on his skin. He tried to tell the doctors, but they only nodded, making notes in their files. "It's normal to have nightmares after trauma," they said. But Jamie knew these weren't dreams. They were memories, or something worse. As the days passed, Jamie's waking visions grew more vivid, bleeding into reality. He saw the figure everywhere, reflected in the window as rain lashed the glass, standing at the foot of his bed when the nurses thought he was asleep, lurking in the hospital corridor just out of sight. Each time, the figure seemed closer, its presence heavier, as if it were waiting for him to remember something vital. The police returned, their questions sharper now, their patience thinning. "Are you sure you didn't see anyone else? Anyone on the road?" Jamie hesitated, the image of the shadowy figure burning in his mind. I think there was someone," he whispered, but the words sounded weak, uncertain. The officers exchanged glances, their pens poised above their notebooks. "You're the last witness, Jamie. We need the truth." That night, Jamie's vision shifted again. He was back on the bus, the rain pounding harder, his classmates' laughter fading into uneasy silence. The figure appeared in the headlights, its hand raised, and Jamie felt a surge of terror and recognition. The bus veered, the world spinning, and for a split second, Jamie locked eyes with the figure, eyes that were impossibly old, filled with sorrow and warning. He woke gasping, the memory seared into his mind. The next morning, Jamie asked to visit the crash site. His parents protested, but the police agreed, hoping it might jog his memory. Standing among the twisted wreckage, Jamie felt the air grow cold, the world narrowing to a single point. The figure was there, just beyond the trees, watching. Jamie stepped forward, his heart pounding, and the figure spoke, not with words, but with a feeling, a wave of regret and urgency. In that moment, Jamie understood. The figure hadn't caused the crash, but had tried to prevent it, to warn them of danger ahead. He told the police what he'd seen, his voice steady for the first time. They listened, uncertain, but Jamie felt lighter, the burden of memory finally shared. As he left the site, the figure faded into the mist, and Jamie knew he would never be alone with the truth again. He was the last witness, but now he was also the first to remember what really happened, and to honor those who could not.